Today's video, I'm just gonna recap Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the results we saw, and ultimately how can this tie into going into Q1 2024 and how you can best prepare even for next year's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So with that being said, let's just dive straight into it. My name is Chris Hernandez. I'm the founder of ScaleVelocity.io. I operate a portfolio of ecom brands under management, and we simply help brands build in-house for exits so that they have a chance to actually get acquired, right? Whereas other brands, 9 times out of 10, founders don't even have a plan to exit, and ultimately they're just stuck within business without receiving any sort of profitable chance of exiting. So that being said, just some common themes we saw across the board for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. For every single brand we had under management, we had a record-breaking Black Friday higher than the previous year. The split varied between brand to brand. Some brands have had a heavy existing customer base, so a lot of returning customers for Black Friday to capture on sales. Some other brands, we had a higher percentage of top of funnel new customers into the ecosystem, so we can capitalize on that going into next year. The changes we made and ultimately how we scaled was some days we were managing budgets of $10,000 a day, some days it was on the lower side, but regardless, we were optimizing for profitable CPA and raising overall higher AOV. Most brands just did a generic up to 30%, up to 50% off discounts because they're trying to get rid of inventory. When we had the chance with other brands, we were pushing higher AOV bundles and really made a specific Black Friday, Cyber Monday high AOV bundle that optimized for giving people no-brainer offers. I'm talking buy one get two free, and even like buy four, you're gonna get X amount in value, just to name a few examples. But we didn't make any huge changes on the creative front. Ultimately, we just took our best performing creatives that were evergreen from the previous months, and then we just tacked on specifically Black Friday, Cyber Monday headline, and then with whatever the percentage was, up to 30% off or up to 50% off. Those were the best performers by far. I saw way more static images generate more results, especially at a profit. They're easy to implement, whereas I saw with videos it was a bit more expensive to acquire that CPA. Granted, the click-through rate, the CPMs, or actually the click-through rate was better on UGC videos, but tying that to CPA a bit more expensive because traffic was more bottom of the funnel. Whereas with static images, you can get away with top of funnel traffic for dirt cheap. For all of our brands, right, record-breaking Black Friday, really profitable Cyber Monday, right? So there's a huge cash flow now. Going into December, how are we prolonging the profit, right? Because the last thing we want is to get customers for Black Friday and they don't purchase back from our business ever again. That's kind of the bottleneck most brands face during Black Friday. If they're pushing huge discounts, you're gonna get bottom tier customers that are not gonna buy back from your business, in which we want to prevent. So how can we get these customers to buy back from our business going into Q4, going into Q1 next year? It's really just creating offers that raise the overall AOV, right? And you can do this if you're pushing a 3 bundle SKU, buy 2 get 1 free. If you're pushing a 6 product SKU, you can do buy 3 get 3 free, so on and so forth. Because if your profit margin allows for it, craft that grand slam offer. It really changes between brand on brand. Some brands push and have a really profitable Q4, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but they struggle during Q1 because they don't have an evergreen offer in place that can run any time of the year. So if I were to break it down in lamest terms, it's you need to have an evergreen bundle, something that can run no matter the time of seasonality. And typically this is just combining your best selling SKUs, putting them together and presenting it in a bundle. That's kind of the first methodology. That's a first approach. Reason why brands typically have the worst performance during Q1. As a byproduct as well, it's how congruent are your offers? Because if somebody that came in for Black Friday spent on average, at least they ordered 2 quantities of the hero product, what other downsells can you introduce to these customers to get them to buy, right? It might be pushing different product SKUs on the back end if you have a huge collection of products. Maybe it's just mapping out the journey where they can get access to X percentage off for the second or their third order, right? Maybe it's these incentivized offers that kind of layer out throughout the funnel as the timeline increases, right? To get these people to buy back. That's the approach on the retention side. Maybe it's testing different email SMS strategies. Maybe it's sending specific SMS strategies to get LTV up. These kind of scenarios go into my head when it comes to if I see low performance during Q1. It's we funneled a lot of traffic for Q4. What can we do to now retarget these users during Q1? Or what can we do to possibly even attract brand new customers at a higher AOV? Can we train a new existing customer base? In reality, the theory is Q1 obviously is going to be the slowest time of the year for majority of brands, just because seasonality, people spent all their money on Christmas and especially on these holiday seasons. So it's pretty normal to have a pretty slow Q1, but Q1, the goal should always be acquiring brand new top of funnel traffic to fuel your growth, right? And this is with the evergreen offer. You need to establish an evergreen offer. And as a byproduct, if you already have an evergreen offer, you need to establish some sort of downsell that can increase overall LTV, because it's either you have a top of funnel, you can't acquire customers at a profit, or it's you have have customers profitably, but they're not buying back from your business multiple times during the year. So you need to solve for one of these problems, and as a byproduct, you're gonna see either higher retention or even cheaper acquisition costs. But as you progress going into Q2, Q3, Q4, that's where it becomes where Q1, Q2, you're testing a lot of offers, you're testing a lot of landing pages, you're testing different amounts of creatives. Then Q3, you have some sort of drop off period before the Q4 push, which in order to have a profitable Q4 for next year, you need to do all the necessary steps already right now to set you up for that success, right? Because Q4 is not a byproduct of, hey, everybody's just gonna make profit. No, the brands that were investing into creatives, investing into different offers, spending a lot of money on the ads front Q1, Q2, that's the preparation they have to see a record-breaking Black Friday, Cyber Monday, in which the brands that saw record breaks, where we broke records from previous years, they've been with us for the past 6 months, right? And so it was just a natural progress or natural progression as over time we kept lowering their CPA, and it was great because it was simply a cash injection for a lot of these companies to scale. With that being said, if I were to break you down, and I'll show results, but ultimately our Q4 was pretty successful because we were prepared ahead of time. We had an evergreen offer running season wide, which raised the AOV for all of our brands. As a byproduct, we're now able to retarget. We're going fully broad. When we're going fully broad, that allowed us to attract brand new customers. So then when Q4 was around, we had untapped customer demographic base to get them to buy back from the business, in which we're pushing heavy email campaigns. And as a byproduct, we're also setting up retargeting campaigns on Facebook to capture those specific types of audiences that just bought from the previous 90 days, right? And we had a specific offering for them. The third fade out, or the phase leading up to us pretty much scaling, is we had proven winners or proven winning ads that didn't have any fatigue. We just slapped on variations to fit Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and also we're pushing us Christmas sale for majority of our brands. So we just really take those winning Black Friday, Cyber Monday creatives and slap on Christmas theme to the Christmas collection for these brands. And ultimately, when you do all of these steps year over year, you're gonna have a record-breaking Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or at least coming close to it. But as mentioned before, it just comes down to the preparation beforehand. Do you have an evergreen offer? Are you attracting brand new customers? Are those customers buying back for your business? Are you at a profit? What can you do to raise your profit margin? How often are you testing creatives? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, because if you're not doing any of these metrics or you're not doing any of these actions, you're bound to fail. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found this valuable, and I'll see you guys in the next one.